Good afternoon, everybody. Let's get right to your headlines on this Wednesday afternoon. A statewide Glock switch ban, plus a proposal to resentence nonviolent offenders, and calls to reopen Big Creek Lake. Let's get started with News 5 now.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to News 5 Now. I'm Devin Walsh. Glad to be with you on this Wednesday afternoon. Some warm temperatures this afternoon, up to 80 in some parts. So I hope you get outside and soak in a little bit of sunshine. Let's get right to our big stories at this hour, starting with number 5. The Pope is on the mend. Pope Francis remains in the hospital recovering from a case of double pneumonia. Vatican officials say the Pope did not need a breathing machine during the night. He is now using high-flow oxygen. The head of the Catholic Church has been hospitalized in Rome for almost 5 weeks. Number 4, seeking answers. Residents are demanding answers a month after the Mobile area water and sewer system closed Big Creek Lake. People packed Hill Spring Baptist Church last night, wanting to know why Moz closed the popular fishing spot to recreational anglers. When the lake was closed, Moz officials said the closure was an effort to protect the area's drinking water supply. This decision upset several fishermen who grew up fishing at Big Creek Lake. You can watch the full report from News 5's Jeremy Jones on WKRG.com. Number 3, tax cuts. A trip down the aisle at your local grocery store could become less expensive. Alabama House lawmakers have passed a series of bills to cut taxes, including the state's grocery tax. If approved, the measure would slash the grocery tax from 3% to 2%. Another bill increases the amount of retirement income that can be tax exempt, doubling that amount from $6,000 to $12,000. The measure now heads to the state Senate for a committee vote. Number 2, resentencing proposal. The Alabama Senate passed a bill to offer a chance for those serving life sentences for nonviolent offenses to be resentenced. If the measure is approved, 200 prisoners sentenced before 2000 would be eligible for resentencing. Those who oppose the bill say this would be a burden on the courts and give people who were formerly incarcerated the opportunity to reoffend. Supporters say this is not a get-out-of-jail-free card. And number 1, gun conversion ban. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey has signed a measure to ban Glock switches in the state. The governor signed the bill this morning after the state Senate passed the measure to ban the device, which can turn a handgun into a fully automatic weapon. Glock switches are already banned federally. Those caught with the devices will be charged with a Class C felony. The law takes effect in October. And that is a look at our big stories at this hour. All right, now we are going to move on to our question of the day. And this is a story that has captivated so many people. You were stuck in space for 9 months. What's the first thing you would do after coming home? And of course, we're talking about the 2 astronauts who splashed down yesterday in the Gulf. They were on board the SpaceX capsule. They thought they were going up to space for a week. Well, 9 months later, they finally made it home. So what would you do if you were stuck in space for 9 months and when you got home? All right, so Angie, good answer here. Say a prayer of gratitude and smell the salt air. Yolanda, take a long hot bath. Have a great meal. Tell the family to pack, get a good night's sleep, and take the family back to outer space or a deserted island far, far away. Let's see. Swim, maybe Ian says, or maybe just sleep on a memory foam mattress. Shower and then crawl into my own comfy bed. Eat a huge steak with all the fixins. Chris says eat solid food, preferably a tomahawk steak with a fully loaded potato. So anyway, we've got a lot of good comments there. If you would like to chime in on what you would do, if the first thing you would do when you came home from space after 9 months, go ahead and you still got time, a few more hours to comment on our question of the day. Okay, now we're going to move on to our Poll of the day, all you Swiftie fans out there, was Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour really the tour of the century? You can vote yes or no. Was the Eras Tour the tour of the century? 100% says Magdalena. Yes, absolutely, says Jennifer. Yep, it was worth every penny. Ashley did not go. Nancy says no. And Patty says $2 billion in revenue, record-breaking crowds at every venue, surprise songs and guest performers interacting with the crowd, a true performance instead of just standing there singing. Yes. So if you want to comment on that, go right ahead. And, I didn't get to go to the Eras Tour, but I did see the movie that they recorded at one of her concerts, and it was amazing. It was so great. So I wish I could have gone to the concerts, but never could make it work. So let us know what you think. If you would like to vote in our poll about Taylor Swift or comment on our question of the day, go to WKRG's Facebook page or WKRG.com. All right, everybody, thanks so much for joining me for News 5 Now. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you back for News 5 at 5.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips.